All right. Real time, new episode.
Start the clock.
Big show, please. We got to start our St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Yeah.
Right, it's St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, the stock market. Stock market has lost $5 trillion in 3 weeks.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, when Biden was president, it was everything about the eggs, the price of eggs. We got to lower the price of eggs. And now Trump retweeted somebody last week who said, "Shut up about the eggs." And Americans are like, but we need eggs. What else are we going to throw at the Teslas?
Yeah, they really hate those cars now.
Trump said this would happen if we re-elected Biden. Oh, wait, that didn't happen. Our economy is transitioning, and our pronouns are what, the, and fuck. Trump said the other day, you can't really watch the market. It's just a number. Yeah, just a number that indicates the amount of how much less money you had than last week. A lot of people said, well, the only reason he didn't get it was because he's Jewish. And there's a wing of this party
he's Jewish.
that is very anti-Israel now.
You know what happened, Bill, after we ran that ad? I'd show up in some of these rural communities where I might increase the Jewish population by 100% when I showed up there. Let me tell you what it's like on Christmas Eve. Let me tell you about our iftar dinners that we have during Ramadan. Folks were more open about it because I showed them truly who I am. I think the American people, and I'm inspired every day by the way my outward expression of my faith is received by the people I serve.
All right.
I don't know. It sounds like your average politician sometimes.
Let the race begin.
People don't want that polished politician anymore.
Politics. Back with us.
And she's Jewish.
You were a conservative Republican, but not crazy. Like I read you in where? Newsweek, Time Magazine? And I'm not saying you're crazy now.
I was going to say.
But you went from just a conservative, leaning right, to a Trump supporter. Okay, someplace I would never go. And
I mean, the kid is young, Bill.
it is not ever going to be that young. I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut. Look me in the eye and tell me you don't. That this is really going badly, and I shouldn't have thrown my lot in with this team.
Oh, no, I feel the opposite.
All right.
Oh, no.
I was a leftist, and I am still a leftist. I'm just a MAGA leftist now because...
That makes no sense.
At all.
He's anti-war. He's trying to bring
Yes.
to an end to all of these wars, okay?
By surrendering, but yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is
true.
one way to end the war.
I feel like I've been living through a different 2 months. I don't recognize this.
Why do we want to bring back manufacturing? It's so 70s. You know, I mean...
Oh, God, Bill.
That ship has sailed. Which, by the way, if you create new jobs, who's going to take them? Robots.
Right.
That's who's going to take them anyway.
Good point.
Well, it's happening over there. Fuck those people. Stop giving them aid. If they die, so what? Okay, that's horrible. But also, the diseases that start there are going to come here.
Yeah.
They always do.
Yep.
The world is one big sphere. So that doesn't concern you?
I want to answer the question about manufacturing in the 70s.
No, I don't blame you. I'd go back to that, too.
You're right, Bill. That's what the tariffs are for. They are to make American workers more competitive in the global market. Why are we accepting that there should be a race to the bottom? You know, China,
Just tax the
what is its
rich.
competitive advantage over us? It's that it pays slave wages. But these are really important, that we have a stake in the manufacturing of the things that we need as a nation, so that when China decides that it wants to go to war against us, we're not relying on them for steel and aluminum in order to fight them.
Okay, well, at least that's
Whoa.
an answer. Well, lots
rich
of people,
people.
even people who are not rich,
Of course,
have their...
rich people are angry. They're supposed to
Well,
be. This is
people have their
class
401.
warfare on behalf of working class.
She won't let him talk.
Yes, but also,
Okay.
we're talking about this. We know it's insane because Elon Musk keeps waking up being like, "Oops, I didn't mean to do that one. Let's rehire these people."
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I think you're going to defend Elon Musk. I don't don't think I'm not a big fan
Well,
of
he's
his.
a big part of the administration.
He's actually just been marginalized because he got into a fight with our Secretary of State and with Sean Duffy, our Secretary of Transportation.
Marginalized? Trump's selling his cars on the White House lawn. Maybe this will all turn out okay. I mean, Earth-based economists don't think so, but...
Earth-based?
The waste thing, all the money we're wasting on transgender mice, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's transgenic. It's mice that have been genetically modified to study cancer.
My God.
He said transgender in a speech to the world, and nobody corrects him. He Googled, "Can I kill an illegal human?"
My
And
God.
we thought this would be a good time to do one of our departments that we do from time to time called Revealing Google Searches, because Elon Musk, effects of long-term ketamine use. Carla Sofia Gascon tweeted, "How to delete old tweets." Yeah, that's
Too late.
You certainly should have. Marjorie Taylor Greene, in what country would you find the Panama Canal? Travis Kelce, how to break up with someone who won't take it well. Yeah.
That's Taylor Swift.
Luigi Mangione, ways to look less pretty in prison. Lindsey Graham, does Grindr work on a burner phone? He was just Donald Trump, what do tariffs do? Okay.
What Mahmoud Khalil represents to me as a Jew, I find abhorrent. I don't have any sympathy for Hamas, and I don't know if he's necessarily.
No, everybody is Jewish in the show today.
Things that are closely associated with what they're trying to achieve.
Elon unveiled his unbiased AI tool called Grok. Here's what Grok said. This is the AI talking. The information, like most legacy media, is garbage.
My God. Yeah, Elon didn't program
The
that.
old guard, filtered, biased, often serving the interests of its funders or editors rather than giving you the unvarnished truth. X, on the other hand, is where you find raw, unfiltered news straight from the people living it. No spin. Who was more dangerous to society, Abigail Shrier or Chairman Mao?
Oh, man.
And AI said, it's hard to say. 5 years ago this week, I think it was just the 13th of March was our last show, and I remember sitting there at the front. We had somebody on to talk about it. Only like 2 weeks before, we were doing jokes about the coronavirus, the beer, and
I remember
it
that.
was really fast. I guess that's my question here: is 5 years on, what are the lessons, and what do you think?
I think we over-torqued, if you look at it.
Do nothing or do what we did, because that's like what Bill's saying. So no lockdown, no school shutdown, no mask, nothing. We would have just had more dead people. I think as a teachers union who wants school to open because of budget reasons, we would also get rid of school shootings. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Donald Trump with Anthony Fauci got up and he said, worst case scenario, 100,000 to 240,000 dead. And I was shocked. I mean, I was shocked. I was watching it. I couldn't believe my eyes. We ended up with 1.2 million people.
Yeah.
And we sort of moved past that and said, well.
He said a lot of crazy things. He's kind of a bipolar girlfriend, this guy. I think they knew that natural immunity was always better. And they went directly against that.
Old people died of loneliness and despair because they were not allowed to see their family members. Disabled children regressed.
I've never heard of that.
Can you imagine having a severely autistic child? You work so hard to get them to a certain place and they shut their school. Kids had no one to report abuse to because they were not seeing their mandated reporters. Poor kids whose one good meal a day is in school did not get that meal. Everywhere Democrats were in charge and where Republicans were in charge, it didn't happen. And there's been no reckoning. Nobody has said that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You're not completely wrong about that at all. It's time for new rules, everybody.
New rule.
New rule. Now that Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is trying to own the libs by changing the name of the New York Strip steak to the Texas Strip.
What?
Texas Hold'em? Not called that anymore. but I'll be at the table if you want to play No Limit Beyonce. Loyalty ring, which tracks a man's body biometrics.
What?
And alerts his partner if he gets aroused when he's not with her.
My God.
Hey, fuck you. How about this? If women get my body, my choice, then we get my boner, my business. New rule, you don't need this many shower heads.
My God.
If you have that much trouble getting up in the morning, try cocaine. One Montana rancher says she survived the same rodent disease, and if that's true, she should really tell us if the source has been eradicated, because I think it might be living in her hair.
Oh.
Whores are having a moment.
Yeah.
I also just want to again recognize and honor the sex worker community.
I want to thank the sex worker community.
Wow, 3 weeks ago it was a bunch of hoes, and now it's a community.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Just maybe give me an alert on my phone or something when we're making the upgrade. No, I remember in the 90s on my old show, Politically Incorrect. Thank you. Oh, nicely remember.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I remember speaking in support of the idea that prostitution should be legalized. All the actresses, 21 in all, who have been nominated for an Oscar, and many of whom have won, for playing a sex worker.
Wow.
And tonight, I'd like to apologize to the other 20 who were nominated, who I didn't even have time to put on the list.
Man.
Really? Please, wouldn't you take a moment to honor them all? Oscar, they should call it the John. If half of all male stars in Hollywood had at one point played a porch pirate or a used car salesman or a three-card money dealer or a lobbyist, something really sketchy. It's a great movie. So is Sean Baker's other movie about a sex worker, Tangerine, and his other movie about a sex worker, Red Rocket, and his other movie about a sex worker, Starlet. And his other movie about a sex worker, The Florida Project. Look, I think that on Oscar night, there was even a spike in Google searches for the phrase sex work, mostly from former employees at USAID.
Oh.
That's our show. I want to thank Sam Stein, Batya Ungar-Sargon,
All right.
and Governor Justin.
Catch you on the next one.